Before being cemented as a pioneer of Chicago indie rock with her 1993 debut album, Exile In Guyville, Liz Phair spent the beginning years of her career creating charcoal drawings and writing her own songs. 40 of these songs would make their way onto 3 cassette tapes, commissioned by her friend and fellow musician Chris Brokaw under her alias Girly Sound. These 3 cassettes have been long heralded as some of the greatest demo tapes and home recordings of all time, with each cassette being named Yo Yo Buddy, Yup Yup, Word to Ya Mother, Girls Girls Girls, and Sooty respectively. Today, to commemorate the first ever official release of the elusive 3 Girly Sound cassettes, we're going to take a look. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you here. This video is gonna be less of a review and more of a fanboy video. I'm not gonna lie to you again. This is not gonna be your average review from me. You can go look at some of my other videos and see how I act in those. I'm definitely a lot less chill. I'm a little bit more, I'm not this kind of relaxed guy. I get really passionate about it. Well, guess what? This is gonna be a mix of both the relaxation and the passion, okay? Because this I've been waiting to review for ages. Ever since I became a huge fan of Liz Phair back in October 2017, I have always prayed for the day that the Girly Sound tapes receive an official release. Needless to say, when I caught wind of the Girly Sound to Guyville box set being announced, I was beyond ecstatic. I'm talking not being able to speak because of my excitement being so heavy. This is like Tool announcing a new album on the same day that 9 Inch Nails drops their long-awaited 3rd EP, and Pavement announced a reunion tour where they play Slanted and Enchanted and Crooked Rain in one sitting. Well, that's how I see it anyway. Basically, my point is, I'm freaking excited for these remasters. Having settled for low-quality rips of these cassettes since I first laid ears upon them in November hasn't been incredibly enticing, especially not for tape number 3, Sooty, but we'll delve into that shortly. Versions of Yo Yo Buddy, which from this point on is how I will refer to it, saying that full name feels cringy and retarded, and Girls 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 were leaked online in 2005, and these were the best possible versions of the tapes that fans could get their hands on. The quality was crisp, well, about as crisp as you can get from 4-track cassette tapes recorded off a crappy portable studio in 1991, and there was no meddling. Now, why do I say that? Because at this point in time, from I'd say around the time that Exile In Guyville hit the stores, maybe 94, 95, the only existing versions of Girly Sound had been incredibly tampered with in an attempt to remaster them. All I will say is, I've heard some of these original bootleg recordings from the mid-90s, and whoever tried mastering these did a horrible, horrible job. Just take a listen to this fan master version of Gigolo from Sooty, which I believe was taken from the bootleg known as the Complete Girly Sound Recordings, which used to be the big kind of bootleg for these tapes, but take a listen.
Things they say are getting harder to take, but I can't get out what I'm into. And the jokes they tell are meant to wish me well, but I can't get out what I'm into.
I would just like to quickly mention, before I get into the tapes themselves, that I'll be covering the unmastered versions of the tapes. The remasters did remove 2 songs, one off the end of Yo Yo Buddy and another one off the end of Girls Girls Girls. When my eventual analysis video comes out on these, and I suppose the remasters, I'll explain more there. Now that I've gotten the backstory explained, let's dive into the tapes themselves, shall we? I won't be doing a comprehensive breakdown of the tapes today, but that video will be coming soon enough. Like I said, the analysis video will be there. I'm going to cover what I deem necessary, and make it as smooth as possible. I'm going to go in chronological order, starting with Yo Yo Buddy to kick things off. The tape's cover art, which is a homemade charcoal drawing done by Liz herself, is, well, kind of disturbing to say the least. Now, why does it look like this? Why does it look like this deformed person? Well, according to a Rolling Stone article published shortly after the release of her second album, Whipsmart, in 1994, many of her charcoal drawings consisted of diseased faces after her father showed her medical books as a teenager. That, explains a lot with this cover here. Now, let's actually get into the music. The opening track on the official tape, which is titled, White Babies, okay, is a song about a, and I quote, black market white baby dealer who hunts around overseas, hunting white babies to apparently sell to the song's narrator. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, first time I heard this, I really did not know how to react to this. It was so strange, and it's still weird to me. This song is decent, but it's still weird. Just listen to the name of it. Who makes a song called White Babies, man? The song's opening and chorus are set to the tune of My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, which makes it both hilarious and creepy at the same time, which Liz seems to be very, very good at doing on these tapes. Here, take a quick listen.
My black market white baby dealer is hunting around overseas. My black market white baby dealer brings back clean fresh white babies to me.
Now, I won't bother explaining the songs that were later re-recorded for studio albums unless they incredibly differ. Yo-Yo Buddy has quite a few of these songs that were eventually re-recorded, and I'll be skipping the majority of them to save time. I already discussed the original recording of Shane in my Whipsmart review, which you can see here. Other songs that we recorded off this tape include Johnny Sunshine, which was re-recorded for Exile In Guyville, Go West, which was re-recorded for Whipsmart, and Money, which was re-recorded for White Chocolate Space Egg in 1998. Two songs I want to focus on the most off this tape, Don't Hold Your Breath and In Love With Yourself, are in my opinion two of Liz's best. Exemplifying her prowess with being able to write a lonely song and a bitter song respectively, I feel like these cuts could have been included on Exile In Guyville if they gained a few lyrical changes. Take a short listen to a clip from Don't Hold Your Breath.
Did I ever pay you back? If my money and wallet's intact, I'll probably be in a box laying down, loosely suited in black.
Personally, at this point in time, Yo-Yo Buddy ranks as my second favorite Girlysound cassette and contains some of Liz's best early songwriting. Tape number 2, Girls, 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 was the tape that broke me into Girlysound and further deepened my fascination, appreciation, and love for Liz Phair and her music. Opening with the charming yet eyebrow-raising Hello Sailor, again, what's her trend with opening the album up with frickin' eyebrow-raising songs that make you feel weird. This tape is one of Phair's most brutal and honest collections of music. Songs like Love Song and Valentine would pave the ground for Exile In Guyville 2 years later, which are also probably my favorite songs of the whole tape, and they come right after each other, so it's good stuff right there. Additionally, some of Liz's biggest songs were recorded here. Polyester Bride being the most different. Instead of being a poppy acoustic tune like on 1998's White Chocolate Space Egg, we get a much more somber 8-minute version, played on her electric guitar. I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick listen to this one as well.
Because you got time. He keeps telling me you got time.
Fun fact here, at one point in time, this tape was actually my second favorite album ever, preceded at number 1 only by Exile In Guyville itself, which has yet to move off my number 1 spot after nearly 7 straight months. Now last, but most certainly not least, let's take a look at Sooty. Now, before I begin with this one, I got a little bit of backstory for you again. This cassette did not have an official name until the reissue was announced. The tape was colloquially referred to as Girly Sound or Untitled since the tape's informal release in the mid-1990s. As I mentioned prior, Sooty has the biggest and most interesting backstory of the 3 tapes, at least to me. Being originally leaked with incomplete contents, and the only existing version having been almost ruined to the point of unlistenability, the announcement of a remaster and official name and track listing ended a mystery that plagued Liz Phair diehards for 2 decades. Compared to the other 2 tapes in my opinion, Sooty blows them out of the water. And this is going from a point in time where the remasters are hours away, and I'm basing this off the unmastered version that I've heard before. Some of my choice cuts off this tape are Slave, Gigolo, Open Season, and Suckerfish. They're even some of my favorite songs she's ever done, with extra emphasis on Slave. That song alone rivals the work she was putting out on albums like Exile In Guyville and Whipsmart. Well, I guess that about wraps it up here. Overall, Liz Phair's Girlysound tapes are a true testament to the then relatively new DIY recording setup, and remain an essential part of her discography that paved the road for her success and incredible works that would follow. It's an essential listen for Liz Phair fans, and rightfully deserve their heralded acclaim as some of the greatest alternative rock bootlegs and demo recordings ever. With that, I collectively give Liz Phair's Girlysound a 10 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It is greatly appreciated, as always. This has been a review that's been on my cutting block for a long time, probably since I started my channel. I don't know why I never did it early on, but now that I've heard about the remasters, especially dropping today, when this video is being posted, I'm recording it the day before, so it's technically tomorrow. My excitement is through the roof right now. I can't even comprehend it. I decided, you know what, I'll do it to commemorate the release of them finally. It's so important that these are finally coming out. As a Liz Phair fan, a huge Liz Phair fan might I add, this is kind of like getting a little hidden treasure that's been re-shined, you know, it's been cleaned up. I've been listening to these tapes now for months, and getting to hear them in a new light is going to be fantastic. If you have not heard this album, I honestly don't really recommend it if you're not necessarily a fan of this type of music. From the clips I played you, if you are interested, they do have the full unmastered cassettes currently available on YouTube, I believe, in a 3-hour compilation of all 3 tapes, back to back to back to back. That's where I actually first heard tape 3, believe it or not. I did not listen to the downloaded version I had. I listened to the YouTube version first, and eventually moved on to the downloaded version that I have, which they don't sound any different. They're the same one. So guys, with that, keep being awesome, keep our spiel for the next video, the next review, and I will see you guys later. Take care.